What's up, everybody? We are back. It's your boy Perry.
I'm Travis.
We have Mr. Travis Johns here. Is it S?
It's John.
John.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was supposed to be Jones, but then I was trying to make my Twitter handle Travis Jones, but Jones was taken. I was like John, and that's what
it still works. Yeah. It still works.
That's what we stuck with. So that's where we're at.
So for those of you in the 313-586 and what's our other one?
248.
248. Is 816 still a thing?
810.
810. There we go. That's what it was. For those of y'all in the Michigan area, Travis is a local Onlyfans boy. So, first off, how do you identify?
So I would say pansexual.
This is news to me, so please excuse the facial expression because I have one specific question after this.
Okay. So I've had sex with trans men and women, cis men and women, non-binary people, or others, however they want to identify. And, it's fun. And apparently, what I've heard from, cis women and, trans men, I'm really good at eating it out the front hole. I was like, oh, this is work.
That good. We look that good. It looked real good.
You
gotta enjoy what you're doing. I enjoy it. If you suffocate me and I die, I die.
And I doing what I love.
I die happy.
If you ain't got your cup, go get your cup right now. This is the cup.
I'm like, now I can imagine you with people.
Oh.
Not I don't know. I'll be tweeting. Ooh, what y'all doing? I'm all flat. I'm all messed up now. I don't even know.
You're gonna be like, why your grinder square move so close to this person?
Listen. Okay, so your relationship status.
I am now newly single. I was engaged 3 months ago, but we broke up. It's for the best. It was one of those relationships where you this is over, but you're still, but you're still in it,
right?
And you're like, we need to break up, but I would have rather we ended on better terms, ended, which is sometimes the universe is like, bitch, you need to get moving because this whole in and out the door ain't gonna work. So sometimes the universe just kind of pushes you out and get on with your life, and that's what happened.
Well, all right.
But now, thanks to quarantine, I got 36 dates in 48 states and some 12 countries.
So after this, you're gonna be traveling.
We getting flued out. Yep. Okay. This is how we doing this.
The only thing, my passport not gonna be the only thing worn
out. You know what? See, this is why I got in touch with you and said, would you please come on here? Because they think that I'm all crazy and I'm all this and I be all extra. And I'm just like, no, I want you to meet someone that is outside.
You bring the father of extra.
Okay.
Okay.
You trying to take the heat off. You trying to take the heat off the wrong 9. That's right. You trying to take that heat off. He may be 11.
I'm only an 11 for Jesus. Hallelujah.
So I was about to say, let's get into the good shit. Okay, so we say here, what is your freak level? So I'm going to say freak level is 1. Okay. That would be missionary, only in a relationship, kisses on the forehead, sweet Eskimo kisses. 10, because I know you and I know you.
My 10, you're going to blow my 10
I'm going to say 10 is... We just gonna go all out. 2 girls, 1 cup, scat. Okay, so 9 would be somewhere about water sports and fisting. 8 would be
the 8 might be the fisting.
Good hardcore BDSM.
No, we in a different ball game now. That was fisting was a 10 for me. We in a different game now.
Right, you have to admit that.
Gotta adjust the scale a little bit.
What is your freak scale?
I'll just say I flag orange with acceptance. If you are in the kink community, orange is into everything. So I say into everything with acceptance. Now, so this is gross, But sometimes my sexuality is, sure, why not? Like this one dude hit me up. He was like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm super sweaty. I just worked out after like a 12-hour shift. And he was like, let me come eat that ass. I'm like, oh, that's nasty. I ain't even showered. I ain't even showered or nothing. He was like, I want to taste how your day was. And I was like, okay, sure, why not? And when I tell you I ain't never been ate out like that, he threw my legs back and like had me pinned, and I blacked out for a few minutes. What? He was still going. It was like, I was like, okay, you need to stop this. I'm like sopping wet. It's a puddle under me, and my hole is juicy. Like, juicy. Like a well-cooked piece of chicken. I mean, I was clean. I didn't have shower after. Well, I mean, I need to get the spit up, but he got everything else.
Listen,
that's for
the natural scent and natural musk lovers that are out there. Like, y'all are real. We get it. Appreciate it. You know, we here. We don't kink shame here.
Especially if you're the one doing it, I'm definitely not.
If you're about it, you like it, I love it. That's all. Yeah, honestly.
Say that again.
What is it? I stopped wearing deodorant 2 years ago now, and that's a big thing. Like, people will walk by, especially like men in the musk. They'll walk by and then they'll stop and they'll walk by again, and they're like, "You're not wearing deodorant, are you?" I'm like, "Damn!" Like, you work for the police part time, like as a drug dog. And I was like,
"Are you a member of Onyx here?"
No, I was going to join last year, but I got scared. I'm shy.
Are you really shy?
Yeah. So wait, I'm not even telling. No, because yes, he is. Yes, he is. Because
it's hilarious. Like, if you don't know me, you'll be like, he is so shy. He won't talk to you. He's just kind of quiet and he'll stand there. But then you get to know me, you're like, boy, where did all that come from?
I'm glad you didn't do that. I'm glad you just gave it to us.
I had seen him and noticed him and stuff for like a few months, and I was just like, oh, I was like, damn, like, you don't talk to nobody. Like, how is he doing what he doing? You don't talk to nobody. And then, like, I didn't know that he was on OnlyFans until probably January. Like, during my birthday, I think, because I take the month of January off of my birthday. Because I'm just that dude. And
because with the Capricorn season.
It's what we do. Okay?
Yes, we do.
So, but I was on because I have two Twitters. I have a regular Twitter and then
safe for work and then not safe for work.
And literally, that's why I have a second one, because someone saw something at work.
Because you liked it and they were like, you're like,
but I was rolling. I was like, yo, he look real. I was like, oh my God, I know of him. I was like, and then I was like, well, do people know that he's doing this? I was like, I don't want to like send this and ask someone. So for like 2 days, I had to really think about it to figure out who I could ask to make sure if it was you. Yeah. And I asked that one person, a friend of mine, and I asked him, and he was like, I heard about it, but I never knew. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, don't say nothing because he probably don't want it to get out like that. He was just like, okay, but like, do I subscribe? And I was like, well, man, I mean, we're supposed to support.
Yes, I have been on OnlyFans and Just for Fans for about a year now. I've worked with a few big names and big dicks. If you are into gay sex, man on man sex, you probably have seen or heard of Rocco Steele. Lord Jesus. He was in Detroit a few months ago, and then while he was getting a blowjob on stage, I was like, I want your dick and coming me. And he looked at me, he was like, okay. And I was like, all right, we're going to make this happen. He was like, my flight is tomorrow at such and such a time. I was like, I'll be there before. And he was like, okay. Now, some people, I got a big dick. And his dick make put my dick in shame. It was thick. I couldn't get my hand around it. I was trying to deep throat it. I'm sweating.
You showed him your hand now.
I cannot.
This is my hand, and
yeah,
his hand bigger. That's
and he like a 5'8" white 40 something white dude. It's thick. Like, I was like, when he put it in, I was like, ooh, wait, baby. Let's talk about this first. We got to pray this out because You're trying to shove a lot of love in my life right now, and I don't know if I'm ready to accept it. It took a good hour for him to stretch me out. But then when he did, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, it's something about a thick dick. Like, length is good, but if it's not thick, it's just like a pencil. But when it's thick and you stretch it, you feel that pressure, and then your legs start shaking, and you like, and you start like forgetting stuff, and you like, and like that pressure build, and you just like, and then like you start speaking in tongues, and then you like, wait, when they done, you like, wait, so what are we?
So, wait. I need you all to know. There are 6 people in this room right now, okay? Y'all can only see 3 of us, okay? You're sitting here saying this, okay? All of these motherfuckers ain't there praising silent.
We don't went to church.
I am the 9 out of 10 dentist that just says no. Because when I tell you that is a firm fuck you, hell no, I'll fight you. Get that away from me. I think not.
I don't know. It's enough for me.
Oh my goodness. I guess that's why I'm in the fisting too.
Oh.
Like,
there we go. So he opened it up, and I mean, like his hole, we just gonna go into it. So what's up? Obvious. So fisting is your thing, which I have seen, and I was like, "Ooh." So tell me about how you even got into that.
So 19, I was on Adam for Adam, and then I was living in Hamtramck, and this teacher, middle-aged white guy, we were talking, and I talk to everybody because sometimes you get bored and you're like, I'm not horny, but a nice conversation, not that bad. So we talking, and he like said something about fisting. I was like, oh, I've never done it before. And then he was like, are you open to it? And I was like, sure, why not? So he was like, okay, I'll teach you. So he invites me over. He lived over on the west side, over by Davidson and Dexter.
See, it'd be the nastiest niggas live on the west side. I'm telling you. Some of the craziest requests on apps have been from people on the west side.
Yeah. So I get over there, and he's got like the Crisco lined up. So he starts telling me, like, he cuts my nails, he trims them down, and then he starts telling me how to work his hole open. So
I'm sorry, wait. He wanted you to fist him.
Yeah.
Because he's teaching.
Yeah. So I started off as a fisting top for like a while. I didn't start fisting bottoming until like a year or 2 ago. Because I was like fisting all these people, and like I got big ass hands. And
so
they call me Murder Mitts.
Oh, I can understand that.
Murder Mitts!
Like,
oh my God.
I got a few regulars here who bottom for me when I fist them, and like every time they're like, Travis, every time I'm horny and I talk to you, after I put the phone down, I always like get nervous because I just know what's coming with your fist, and I like have to think about it real long and tough if I actually can handle it. But then you get here, you punch the shit out of my hole, and I can't walk, and I can't.
You be punching though, like if I were in, like I would be like the nice, like, ooh, you'd be like, yeah, like Street Fighter up in this bitch. I'm like, yo, oh my god,
yeah, and they love it.
I was about to say, if you look at his Twitter and you subscribe, you will see they love it. Yes.
Like not in there. I don't like that.
Yeah,
in there.
So it's tight and it's warm, and like every time they orgasm. So it's the difference between ejaculation and orgasm.
Right.
You can orgasm without ejaculating. So like
message.
It's like once you feel that pressure building and like it's like warm, and then you like your breath starts getting short, and you like start tingling, and then you just start contracting. So when your fist is in there, their like hole starts closing around it and trying to push you out. And that's when like you can really tell because they like try to run away. And like when it's so good, they don't have words. Just like it sounds like murder. Murder she wrote. Well, murder she fisted, but
murder written.
But I love that feeling of just like having a whole close and get tight around my hand, and then I just keep pushing and pushing. Like I made a dude come about 40 times in at least 30 minutes, and then like when I pulled my fist, I couldn't pull my fist out. He came so much that like his whole clothes around my hand, so we had to like figure it out. He had to take so many hits of poppers just to get out of him, and then he laid down for an hour. He was like, I can't feel my legs. I was like, you want me to call? He was like, no, this is the best thing I've ever.
He was in heaven.
Yeah, he was.
See, you are literally a case of sex sent me to the ER.
Yeah.
Oh, you're probably on there.
You're probably on there.
I saw some of that play. I was looking like,
listen.
Is he fingering the heart though? I'm trying to figure it out.
He was definitely tickling them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real.
I just like to truly touch their hearts.
You do.
But no, I have sent somebody to the ER before. I broke his femur.
His femur? How?
So this was many years ago, like 8 years ago. No, it was a twink, and I was fucking him, and like
y'all need to know better. This is the whole ass man.
All right, so a twink is skinny dude. Usually they're like, "Oh, I'm fit." Like, no, boo, we can see your ribs. Like,
so I say twinks are 18.
18 to 25.
No, I give 18 to 29.
Oh, okay.
And they are normally 150 and under in poundage. Just like very skinny. If depending on what city you live in, they normally work in retail or possibly a server.
Makeup artist.
I'm getting a lot of
makeup artists. What else? Sometimes they're CNAs and like front desk associates for hotels or doctors' offices. Like they're that gay.
Yeah.
And you know, so there's a scale on the gay thing.
Low physical labor, very little manual work.
Yes.
But yeah. So anyway, I was fucking him for about an hour now. It takes me a while to come. I'm not bragging. It's like annoying, but it takes me a while to come. So then I like it rough. Like I'm talking like choke you or choke me until I start passing out. Like that kind of rough. So I had his leg kind of when you in between, and his leg was on my chest, and I was holding it, and I was fucking him. But I guess I was holding too much, and he was like bouncing off my dick too much, where it was just too much, and then I like hit it once hard, and then his leg came even more into me, and I was like,
you had a huge penis and he was little.
He said harder.
He said hard like.
Is that what he was talking about?
Progressive consent is sexy, and he had it. So
yeah. I was just following directions, you know? Like that's
wow.
I was following the instructions given to me.
He was under the love.
So I'm sorry. So you are the first person I have ever met that literally sex consents someone to. So what the fuck did you do? Like obviously you stopped.
Yeah, we stopped, and then he was starting to like freak out. Yeah. And then I was like, let me call 911. And I was like, do we get dressed? I was like, so I'm like, all right, let me put on clothes.
Was this someone that you knew?
Or it was a grinder hookup. It was a grinder hookup.
It was a hookup?
That make it even more intense now.
Yeah.
So did you like stay with him?
Yeah, I did. No, not at the hospital because I couldn't go in because like it was late.
Oh yeah.
And no visitors were together. So I was like, they're like, how do you know each other? I was like, they're like, what's his name? I was like, Twink for big dick. I was like, I didn't get a real name. That's like date number 3 material.
Thank you. I feel validated.
That's a solid 9 over there.
Right? What?
Yeah. So eventually, like 8 months had passed, and then I get a message from like a blank profile. And he's like, hey. And I'm like, hey. He was like, this is such and such. And I was like, who? He was like, you broke my femur. And I was like, He was like, don't worry. He like used to do dance and a lot of track and field. So apparently he had a lot of like micro fractures in his femur already. So I just kind of pushed him over the edge. It was going to happen eventually. I just kind of gave him a little nudge in that direction. So he was like, don't feel bad. The sex is amazing. Can I see you again? I was like, I don't know.
I was just about to ask, like, did you ever go back and finish the job?
I was like, I can't. That's too terrifying. Because I don't want to break the other femur.
Pick a different position now.
Now, what if I break the other femur? What if I literally break your back? Like, oh, your ATM mother gonna be like, you need to stop.
Your ATM mother.
Like, you can't keep claiming him as
Oh my god.
No. So yeah, I was like, no, thank you.
I was talking about my hospital bill.
Right?
No.
So we are going to have to go ahead and cut right now. But apparently we're going to do a part 2 because we ain't even got to have the questions.
We got nowhere. We ain't got nowhere. This is introduction.
Yes. So welcome to Travis. And we about to learn some more. So make sure that you skip down and hit to part 2 because that's where we're going. Okay, y'all? See you in a minute.